Welcome to day 6 of A Course in Miracles, where we will be continuing lesson 6 and chapter 1, part 6, which has some real gold in it. I was just skimming through it and I was like, yes, I love that bit. So I hope it does mean something deep to you as well. Okay, so the subheading is the illusion of needs. You who want peace can find it only by a complete forgiveness. No learning is acquired by anyone unless he wants to learn it and believes in some way that he needs it. While lack does not exist in the creation of God, it is very apparent in what you have made. It is, in fact, the essential difference between them. Lack implies that you would be better off in a state somehow different from the one you are in. Until the separation, which is the meaning of the fall, nothing was lacking. There were no needs at all. Needs arise only when you deprive yourself. You act according to the particular order of needs you establish. This in turn depends on your perception of what you are. A sense of separation from God is the only lack you really need correct. This sense of separation would never have arisen if you had not distorted your perception of truth and had thus perceived yourself as lacking. The idea of order of needs arose because, having made this fundamental error, you had already fragmented yourself into levels with different needs. As you integrate, you become one, and your needs become one accordingly. Unified needs lead to unified action because this produces a lack of conflict. The idea of orders of need, which follows from the original error that one can be separated from God, requires correction at its own level before the error of perceiving levels at all can be corrected. I'll repeat that. The idea of orders of need, which follows from the original error that one can be separated from God, requires correction at its own level before the error of perceiving levels at all can be corrected. You cannot behave effectively while you function on different levels. However, while you do, correction must be introduced vertically from the bottom up. This is because you think you live in space where concepts such as up and down are meaningful. Ultimately, space is as meaningless as time. Both are merely beliefs. The real purpose of this world is to use it to correct your unbelief. You can never control the effects of fear yourself because you made fear and you believe in what you made. In attitude then, though not in content, you resemble your Creator, who has perfect faith in his creations because he created them. Belief produces the acceptance of existence. That is why you can believe what no one else thinks is true. It is true for you because it was made by you. All aspects of fear are untrue because they do not exist at the creative level and therefore do not exist at all. What? All aspects of fear are untrue because they do not exist at the creative level and therefore do not exist at all. To whatever extent you are willing to submit your beliefs to this test, to that extent are your perceptions corrected. In sorting out the false from the true, the miracle proceeds along these lines. Perfect love casts out fear. If fear exists, then there is not perfect love. But only perfect love exists. If there is fear, it produces a state that does not exist. Believe this and you will be free. Believe this and you will be free. Let me say that bit again. This is a gold nugget. You've probably heard the saying before, perfect love casts out fear. It's in the Bible. It's pretty well known. I guess across, like universally, perfect love casts out fear. If fear exists, then there is not perfect love. But, wait for it, you already heard it, but we'll say it again. Only perfect love exists. If there is fear, it produces a state that does not exist. Believe this and you will be free. Only God can establish this solution, and this faith is His gift. Woo! Can I get an amen up in here? I love that. I love that. This is like so profound, because I've heard, all my life the opposite of fear, the opposite of love is fear, not hate, but fear. But actually, fear is not real. It doesn't exist. It's just false. So then it must mean that love is truth. Fear is the opposite of truth. It's not real. It does not exist. So there's your option, isn't it? It's like perfect love. Perfect love casts out fear. Fear exists and there is not perfect love. But only perfect love exists. If there is fear, it produces a state that does not exist. Believe this and you will be free. Only God can establish the solution, and this faith is His gift. Wow. Nice. Love it. Okay. Lesson 6. Going on from yesterday. Have you been practicing your 1 minutes? Yesterday, I am never upset for the reason I think. I'm not angry at blah 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 for the reason I think. I'm not afraid of blah 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 for the reason I think. There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purposes of this exercise, then I will regard them as all the same. Again, I'm not worried about blah 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 for the reason I think. I'm not depressed about blah 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 for the reason I think. If you managed to do it 3 or 4 times yesterday, well done. If you did it once, well done. If you did it twice, well done. It does take a while sometimes to form a new habit, so that's why I suggested maybe setting an alarm, just 1 minute of the day. Just dedicate it to the exercises, and you'll see that it does start to create a shift. So lesson 6. I am upset because I see something that is not there. The exercises with this idea are very similar to the preceding ones. Again, it is necessary to name both the form of upset, whether it's anger, fear, worry, depression, so on, and the perceived source, very specifically for any application of the idea. For example, I am angry at, fill in the blank, because I see something that is not there. I am worried about, because I see something that is not there. Today's idea is useful for application to anything that seems to upset you and can profitably be used throughout the day for that purpose. However, the 3 or 4 practice periods which are required should be preceded by a minute or so of mind searching, as before, and the application of the idea to each upsetting thought uncovered in the search. Again, if you resist applying the idea to some upsetting thoughts more than to others, remind yourself of the two cautions stated in the previous lesson. There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind, and I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purposes of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. So homework, if you can, 3, 4 would be excellent if you can practice 4 times a day. First, a minute or so of mind searching, and then apply the idea to each upsetting thought uncovered in the search. So just a bit of brainstorming, I guess, like just observing your thoughts for 1 minute and then kind of recapping them and specifically applying the idea. So I am not angry at the world leaders because I am angry at the world leaders because I see something that is not there. I am worried about war because I see something that is not there. Okay, and as well, there are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. So I am angry at the fact that it's cold because I see something that is not there. I'm worried about getting sick because I see something that is not there. So I wish you well on your 4 practice periods today. It's building the suspense, isn't it? Because as you go along, you're like, I wonder why we're doing these exercises. And day by day, it's like you find out another piece to the puzzle, and it's all building up, and it gets better and better and better. So that's where we're up to today. I'll keep you in suspense. Tomorrow's a new day. Enjoy this day. Stay in the present moment. Do practices, and may you be blessed, and may you be a blessing to others as well.